When I was 3 months old, I had a brother. He died. I could stand up here and give you guys a 10-minute talk, or however long it takes, and make you guys feel sorry for me for losing my brother. But I'm not going to do that, because you shouldn't feel sorry for me. I don't really remember my brother because I was only 3 months old. All I remember is what my parents have told me from it. They said that he came home from school one day and he got hit by a bus. I, again, don't remember this. So I had to grow up with this. All my family was affected by this greatly, and everyone took it a different way. My mom saw it as an opportunity to share God through what had happened. She kind of turned it around and made it into a good situation. My brother, he kind of went on with that day like nothing had happened because he didn't really want to face it yet. After deciding that, he kind of started talking to himself, and he began to blame himself for this. And it wasn't his fault. My dad, he kind of felt the same way. My dad he didn't know how to handle it. He thought it wasn't fair. He thought, why him? Why our family? Why did this have to happen? Through the years, we developed from this. We grew from losing my brother, and it made us a stronger family. I don't remember my brother, and that kind of changed my story. When I was 9 years old, I remember my teacher had asked us to bring in a picture or bring in something that represented our families and ourselves. My brain automatically thought, bring in something about Noah, because people are just going to want to hear about that. I have no idea why I thought of Noah, but I did. So I went home, I got the picture, and I brought it in. I remember going up to the front of the classroom, sitting down, and I began to talk. What I said was, this is my brother Noah. He died when he was 6, and I don't remember him, but I loved him. Something happened in that moment, and something clicked. I finally started to understand what was happening. I started to grasp that I would never get to come home and say, I love you to my brother. I began to feel like I was missing out on something. I was an emotional mess that day, and that's when I met one of my best friends. She came to the front of the classroom. We had never seen each other before. We never talked to each other. But she came up to the front of the classroom, in front of everyone, and she comforted me. She said that it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel these emotions, because anyone who has gone through this, they feel those emotions. So it's completely normal. The next few weeks were kind of hard on me because my brain was still kind of trying to understand and cope with what had happened. I remember one night I had gotten home from school and I had an amazing day because I just felt great at school. It was late at night and I decided to watch a show, and when I was watching that show, a certain song played. I don't know what happened, but it was the same thing. My brain clicked and I started crying. I ran down to my room and I just broke down. I collapsed in my bathroom and I didn't want anyone to know. The next few nights, I remember kind of crying myself to sleep, kind of on and off, because I wanted to understand. I wanted to know that my brother was with me, and I wanted to know that he loved me, that I could see him again. But my brain, my heart, they just kind of weren't allowing that. So, as I said, I'm not going to come up here and give you guys a talk on why you should feel sorry for me, because around 50,000 children, this happens to around 50,000 children each year, which means that more than 50,000 families are affected by this. And sometimes they don't know how to cope with it. They don't know how to grasp the knowledge or grasp the fact that they've lost someone. Sometimes that person who loses someone, they have to reach out, and that can be hard. They have to reach out and find someone that can help them. Other times it's different. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want it to be real, don't want it to be true, so they keep to themselves, and they wait for other people to reach out to them. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. How many of you have lost someone that you know very well? And okay, how many of you know someone that has lost someone? Okay, those of you who raised your hands, you have an amazing story to tell because you either know someone or you are that someone, and you can reach out because you have that extra part of your story. You can reach out and you can help others. You can pull them back to the light. You can show them that there is goodness in this world, and it didn't happen out of hatred. It happened out of accidents, and it happened to grow you as a person. So I want you guys, when you leave this room, when you leave this school, when you go home, when you do anything, to think about when you're doing something, how it's going to affect you, how it's going to affect everyone else, because you can do so much if you choose to.